Ah, what a wonderful spring day. Sorry about the wind noise. It's going to be kind of present. So here's the Volvo. Here's what I've been doing first off. Second off, you can see my really ghetto-ass exhaust job right there. This I didn't do. I'd like to have words with whoever did this as a professional solution. Although this car is far from professional, but you get the idea. You can see my brake job down there too, the brakes I put in. I had to drop the tank, and this was like this. I mean, it's kind of convenient for working on putting a new tank in, but this is not okay. I removed the original carpet in here. It was so bad. You don't even want to know how bad it really was. I mean, you can clearly see you could grow better plants in this trunk than you could in New Jersey. I mean, this is all dirt and crap. Whatever's left of my fender, at least. I shouldn't hit the side of this car that much. I bet Al Gore would have a seizure. Alright, so hubcaps. These are, the tires are looking a little low. But we should be able to get this thing in presentable. Okay, I can't say presentable, but you know. Alright, well, first off, we got our dipstick. This is the big thing. I didn't have this for a while, and I gotta check the ATF fluid before we even attempt to turn this thing on, because we could nuke the torque converter and transmission by letting this thing dry rev. It's not safe. So, yeah, now this is what I'm working with inside. Yeah, it's bad. Okay, bad is a light description in this case. Oh man, that's gnarly. Now you can kind of see I have this premium venting option that I purchased, right, with the car. It's called fuck aerodynamics, and let's just bring air into the car. The heater still works phenomenally on this, from what I remember. But, yeah. This carpet's gotta go. Now, I'm serious. There's like hepatitis H growing in this thing. It's so bad it skips all the way from C to H. I mean, look at this shit. I don't even want to know what the fuck that is. And this seat's gotta come out. This seat is... I'm gonna reupholstery these. I have no problem keeping these things, but they are the original upholstery, and this is so nasty. And what back support? There is no lumbar support. Look, seats are not supposed to do this, especially in the event of an accident where there's someone behind you and you get rear-ended. Whoever's going to be in the back is probably going to get blown the fuck up with my ghetto-ass gas tank installation, but I mean, this is still... I digress. This is not okay. At all. I did put the glove box back in. Hopefully. Wow, look at that. I actually fucking secured something for once. Don't have much time to get this thing moved. This is something else that I have to get in video. This abortion of a fuse box. True story. This is on the Darnia Warb's website. If any of you don't know what that is, it's some deep web type shit, but basically it shows all the funniest ways people have died just being a dumbass. And in the Darnia Warb's forums, someone had put a freaking, not even kidding you, a shell for a shotgun or something in here with a gunpowder round in efforts to stop this from blowing, and because, oh yeah, I'm just gonna put a solid piece of metal in here. I need my goddamn lights. Right? Blew his goddamn nuts off. The shell ignited when it got hot and blew his nuts off. Now, I wish I was joking with you, but that's the story, a true story in the Darnia Awards about these kind of fuse boxes. I mean, they're not very good, truthfully, to be honest. Although I have been doing the rewiring on the dash, you can see here. It's been coming along very well. I mean, these things, everyone says these things feel cheap. These little, like, the turn signal systems on these. Well, it's better designed than what General Motors had at the time. You can't give Volvo shit for this. This is simplistic at its finest, and it's functional. If something is to break on these, it's the relay. Because all you do for your brights is, if, when your car is running, you flip this on, and a relay clicks, and then it keeps them on. And as you can see, I was fixing my instrument panel here too. I was actually going to fully redo this. I even went as far as to making a new defroster system, because there's legit mold growing on this rug, so... And it looked like this was reupholstered before. I'm not sure about that, but we're definitely going to be reupholstering it. Oh yeah, that was a premium option. I didn't opt out for that. Don't worry about it. Or it was there. It was an option. It was nice while it lasted. Here's the problem with the hood. This thing annoys me. I actually snapped the support for the hood. As you can see, it is broken right here. This is a thing that needs to be fixed. before this is inspected, because it will fail because of that. Here's my little air intake setup. This is going to be readjusted and fixed at some point, but yep, it's that ghetto. We got our airflow sensor. Oh my god, I put it in the right direction. I'm surprised. Here's our airflow system. It's got a little shitty-ass Spectre air intake filter. Anyhow, regardless, this is still going to get way too hot in this configuration to be permanent, and the engine's going to run like a turd, so we can't do this. My goal was originally to, well, let's put an intercooler. There's your air intake, right there. How they did it was, you'd go ahead, the air filter box would be right in this proximity right here. I ripped it out. It was a pain in the ass, and it was all busted up, and there were squirrels. It looks like a squirrel got in there. It was terrible. So this came into the air box, or the air thing, and then it went into the damn air intake hose, which was mounted much more down here in this area. And then you had an intercooler. You can see there's a lot of space for an intercooler up here. Obviously, I have a condenser coil, which, as you can see, I doubt even works. I'm probably going to rip out the air conditioner system in here anyhow, because it's a GM, it's a General Motors compressor. Doesn't work. But I think it might not be, you know, the compressor's fault. I think I know what's going on with it. Anyhow, you had your air outtake here, or your air intake, and you run it to the intercooler, and oh, what's that back there? A matching air hose outtake, or intake system for the other side of the intercooler, and oh my god, there's the spring I lost. What the hell? Anyhow, it would come back out, and it would loop back to the turbo, which would be over here, and the intercooler, which would be here. Now, the problem is with these cars is that the European models, they had a very hard time getting this to work with the European ones, because simply enough, they weren't able to get the reservoir, which was mounted on this side. There was very little room to work with on this side, because, well, your exhaust manifold is right here. And we're obviously going to have to replace that gasket, because this thing has a really nasty habit of spitting oil on itself, and it smokes like a bitch, and it smells terrible. You don't even want to know. I started working on it just to get it moved. The idea is I need to get this to be able to move. I don't give a fuck about it now unless it moves. The original wire coming off of this looks okay, obviously. Well, that shit should not be green. What the hell? So, the wire on top, this one, oh Jesus Christ, this is going to screw with the focus really badly. This one up top goes to the battery. The one at the bottom is for the alternator. The one at the bottom, this one, God, that is all oxidized. That is 100% oxidized copper. This is why the thing is severely having issues even trying to keep the thing alive. That's the cause of it. Now, that's not something I should rip on Volvo for, or any car manufacturer at all. The Europeans did not know what the hell they were up against when it came to salty roads here in New England. It destroyed cars' electrical systems, and, you know, my Volvo has this problem, this Volvo at least, and my Volkswagen has this problem. It's not like something that is just biased by the car manufacturer. No, all European cars are going to have these issues. Well, anyhow, this is going to be a temporary rig up. And as you can see, I did do the coil. I do have new wires. I do have new plugs. There's your minimum and maximum at higher temperatures. But a regular room level temperatures right now are not really room level, but that's where it should be. And I doubt we're even going to see that. And it's really concerning me because, well, this transmission might be on its last legs. I mean, it's a 400,000 mile transmission. Automatic too. Or maybe it's got way too much. What the hell? Oh my god. That's oil. Oh my god. Oh, okay. I'm relieved. I'm just a dumbass. Oh my god. Oh, I almost passed out. Okay. This is transmission fluid. Yep, that's transmission fluid. It's sweet. ATF fluid smells very sweet. So I must have had these in the wrong thing. Oh my god. Okay, that really did scare me. I was sincerely worried that I might have blew up the entire engine. There is way too much automatic transmission fluid in this. I never put that transmission fluid in, so why there's so much is, I don't even know. The oil injection system, there's like an oil intake setup that this car has. It's really weird. You got like a big hose down there, you see it? That's the hose. Alright, that's one of the intake injectors for the, 4-stroke engines. This engine likes to burn oil in the last configuration I had it, but that hose runs up to here, which then goes into the intake manifold that helps lubricate the throttle body. As you can see, it's just a simple throttle body manifold. And down there we have it's like a solenoid system that helps get oil into wherever oil wants to be. So I have that in there, so it's not letting everything through. It's just going to let a tiny bit in there. And I simply mounted it right there, really ghetto, don't worry about it, onto the manifold, and we're going to have to get a T-junction. Maybe not a T-junction, but some sort of junction that'll fit on there. If not, we can just cap that off, and we'll just run that into that, but I at least need to do something proper for once in my life today. I mean, I might be cracking jokes about this car all day, but it's really going to be an issue when this thing's dead. So, the jokes might need to stop. These lights are terrible. These lenses are good, but once you get moisture in them, they're goners. I might just put like a goddamn fog light lens on there and just call it a day. By the state of Connecticut standards, that's legal. The seat out, right? And then I realized some funny shit, right? Seat mode, recliner mode. My God, this seat is... I think I might have to get rid of this one. This one's really dangerous. Well, if this had a floor, I don't think it does anymore. My God. Okay. Well, we might see some really nasty shit underneath here. I'm pretty sure I'm going to find a dead raccoon or something. Just got the seat out. You don't want to see the inside yet, but this is how you adjust your height. Ready? Oh, come on. I know everyone can give me crap for this, but this is kind of genius. Most disgusting Volvo seat I have ever seen. So, let's show you the inside. I gotta be honest with you. If you love these cars, don't watch this video from this point on. You're only gonna be killing yourself. I don't want to know what the fuck that is. I didn't do this. I don't know who did this. I think it might have been because of the seat just kind of decaying. Oh yeah, it was the seat, see? It must have been decaying on this side and it just kind of fell through. That's probably what it is. I think I found the source of the mildew. Ugh. I have just struck jackpot on a squirrel's nest. How did this get in this car is beyond me. But it has something to do with squirrels, and it probably is the reason why this place smells like Smokey the Bear. But, besides that, though, there is some plus sides, because this is really not that bad. Underneath here speaking, that's not bad. This is the floor of the car. But, I'm pretty sure you shouldn't be able to rip parts of your car from underneath it. Alright, so here's the undercarriage. You can see there, that should be part of the body. And it's really rusted out, which is not great, but, frame mounts are right there. Oh, shit. This car's gonna kill me if I get into an accident. Ghetto-ass exhaust job. That has to be fixed. That thing is atrocious. That actually helps it in terms of being loud. Without that on there, this thing is so loud that your eardrums are bleeding. You hear nothing but blood. That's it. This car, if this exhaust was hooked in right, would still meet, I would say it would meet Tier 2 emissions requirements, no problem. It would meet emissions just fine. Tier 3 as well. This car is very good on emissions. Just noise is a different story. At least currently. Now we're just going to get the seats out and try to get this upholstery out, and if I have time, run some of the wiring harnesses to the back. That is pretty smart. So here's the vent itself right here, see? See, they run up to here, to this thing, which then has a solenoid right there that is powered by a vacuum line. Be careful about these vacuum lines, by the way. If you're working on these cars, you will have vacuum lines for these European cars in here. And if you rupture those vacuum lines, you are going to have a vacuum leak. All you gotta do is press this little goddamn button for your fucking floors, right? The next thing you know, your engine's stalling. So if you're working on these things, be very careful. You know, 80s plastic is known for chipping like this. So, you know, I just pissed off everyone that loves 240s. But yeah, 80s plastic is known for doing that. So you could imagine what it's going to be like for a vacuum line. And don't worry about this. I'm going to be rebuilding the side panels. You know, 80s plastic is known for just, you know, yeah, what plastic, you know? Crap. And the dashboard is not that great, but every time I look at this thing and I poke around at it, I see more and more things that I have a hope at fixing. And so I'm actually very confident about repairing this car now. Just as long as I have enough time to work on it, I should be good. And the sun visors. Oh my god, the sun visors in these things are disgusting. I love this car, though. I truthfully do love it. Okay, seat number 2 takes the cake. I don't know what happened, but seats should not be moist. Oh, that's disgusting. Alright, I think I'm gonna have to buy new seats for this car. At this point, this is disgusting. To see, I need to get this out of here. And when I do, I need to see what's underneath here. I'm gonna rip out the rugs. I'm gonna make measurements and dimensions of these rugs. I'm gonna make new rugs today. This I did not know. Really, when you got the seats removed in the front, there is a lot of room in these things. It's like a recliner in here. So, alright, learning something new every day about this car. This car is really something else. But here's what we've got done for progress. I was able to get some more time to work on this. That's big number 1. First off, no front seats. Big ass recliner. This is actually really comfy. I don't know what they're made of, but they're like God, because they are so comfy. I just wish that, I really hope that they're not as bad as these 2 seats are. Correctly, this buckle, yeah, see, this buckle doesn't work. I think a squirrel has been in here, because I don't want to know what the fuck that is, first off. I know it's part of the insulation, it's like asbestos almost. They use this like asbestos-like material for an insulation of the condenser loop. So that's what that monstrosity is. I wouldn't worry too much about that. But that is from underneath the carpet. That is, I have no idea how it got in here, but that's leaving material, like from leaves and shit. But it explains why whenever you turn on the goddamn, well, when the air conditioner worked, whenever you turned on the air conditioner, it smelled like Smokey Bear's fucking armpit in here, man. Literally, it smelled like Smokey Bear's armpit. It's disgusting. I don't think I'm going to be firing it up today, but we're getting close to it. Hopefully this will go well. I mean, this is like, it's my car. I got it for free. I could care less if it's really that bad. You want to know what's funny? General Motors had so many problems with the ignition systems on these, and it's like they almost tried replicating this ignition switch and failed horribly at it. Because they fixed, this was the neatest steering column lock system I've ever seen. It's so basic, it works perfectly fine, and it looks like General Motors tried copying it, and they failed terribly at it. Oh shit, okay, that e-brake is not locked. Oh god. That, I'm very lucky that was attached. The e-brake was holding the car in, and I just went ahead and released it, and the car wanted to move. So I think I'm going to chalk this. That scared the hell out of me. Wow. Alright, well, I'm going to put chalks on this thing, because that was scary. Clutch runs around into the car, and then runs back down to here, and it back runs basically into the transmission. So, yeah, that's how people put standard transmissions in these. It's not hard at all. Very easy to do task. Need a new fuel gauge wire, because I just found out, hey, I replaced the fuel tank on this, right? Replaced the fuel tank, fixed a fuel leak, reset the goddamn sending unit for the gas gauge, right? I'm wondering, hey, why does the gas gauge still not work right? And when everyone's sitting where I'm sitting right now, it seems to want to work. That's why. This is the wire running to the fucking gas gauge. I think I found where Johnny's hamster went to, or whoever owned this car for the first time. This was probably the nastiest car I've ever worked on, and the sad part is I own this. Dead rat right there. Or rodent, or whatever the hell. It looked like a mouse, and it looks like it got squished. Thing was petrified yet moldy. I'm afraid to even lift. Okay. Okay, we need hazmat in here, stat. Wow. That's all mold. Oh. I'm starting to just question my sanity. Why did I even get this car? I mean, I got it for free, but... Oh! I'm gonna need new heat shielding insulation material because this stuff is disgusting. Regardless, I'm probably just gonna end up power washing the interior. This is nasty. There's the spiders. You really can't blame them. I mean, this is the optimal place to make kids. It's moist, and I really should never say that again. There's the wiring harness that goes to the taillights. That's what I wanted to get at. That harness is fucked, basically, of how disgusting this thing is. Holy shit, this coin's from 1969. Come on, autofocus on that. Beautiful, right? And the seatbelt latches bolted into the trans tunnel. Yeah, they just bolted him right there. That's pretty scary. Like, I mean, really, really scary. I don't know whose idea that was, but that's not good. If you want to see the abortion, there it is. That is nasty, man. Take a guess at what the object you're looking at. Yes, they're the floor mats, but what's growing on the floor mats? Yes, that is black mold. This is one of the most disgusting things I've ever done. I mean, I've done a lot of gross shit, but this... I need Jesus after this. What the fuck? So who's making fucking fried chicken? I smell a smoke alarm. Or I hear a smoke alarm, whatever. Anyhow. I'm gonna need to bleach this. I'm not even joking. I'm actually gonna have to bleach this. That's the ground! You can see through the ground! I just made it worse, see? Yeah, beautiful. You can punch a hole in the floor. There you go, there's your potty. Take a shit right there. That's nasty, man. I don't know how it got so damn freaking damp in here. There is no way it could have gotten this damp in here unless someone spilt something. I know that the seals are still good in the car. What's going on here? I actually shouldn't have put that hole in the floor now. I kind of regret doing that. Well, it looks like we're done for today. It's sun's going in, and so tomorrow we're going to throw as much bleach as we can at this. Get that out. Probably do some crap with this, but that's it for part one. I mean, this is... God, I really hope I can get this thing running and restored in its previous state. I do have all the side trim for it. I'm actually going to be putting the side trim back on this. This car does deserve to run again. Honestly, it really does. Also, don't take your trim off these things, dude. Half of these trim actually make it run better. You know, maybe people don't realize that, but it actually does. So...